science had something to do with sex, huh? Maybe do a doctorate on that. Physics of love.
I think that's more your field, Brian.
Not lately. They will boot you out, you know, if you don't decide.
Brilliant. Oh dear. Scientists. Don't worry, we don't have to stay for long. It's mortifyingly dull. Pause. Who's that? Who's who? Oh, him? Oh, he's strange. Clever. Goes to ban the bomb marches.
Wild. Wild.
Oh, it was David. David? We're back in the day. David.
Hello.
Hello.
Science.
Arts.
English.
French and Spanish. What about you? What are you...
Oh, cosmologist. I'm a cosmologist.
What's that?
It's a kind of religion for intelligent atheists.
Intelligent atheists.
Not religious, either.
C of E. Church of England?
Yeah. I suppose someone has to be.
What do cosmologists worship then?
What do we worship? One single unifying equation that explains everything in the universe.
Really?
Yes.
What's the equation?
That is the question. And a very good question. I'm not quite sure yet. But I intend to find out.
Then why didn't you stay at Oxford?
Because my finals exams were such a shambles that the examiners, they summoned me in for a viva, and they told me that if I got a second...
What's a viva?
Oh, it's a sort of mildly terrifying face-to-face thingy.
Like an interview?
An interrogation. And I told them that if they gave me a second-class degree, then I would stay with them and do my research at Oxford. But if they gave me the first that I needed to get into Cambridge, then they would never have to see me again.
They gave you the first.
They gave me a first.
Of course.
Miss Parsley is officially deceased. Come on, I fixed you up a ride home. Come on, Jane. Jane.
Well, it was lovely to talk to you.
Yes.
And I hope you find your equation.
Yes. Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
Stephen?
Oh. Yeah.
Well then, here we are. Little challenge for you all as you embark upon your separate doctoral journeys, whatever they may be, Mr. Hawking. Pass them down. Something to separate the men from the boys, the wheat from the chaff, the masons from the pie masons, the quarks from the quacks. 10 questions, each more impregnable than the last. Good luck. You'll need it. Shall we say Friday, 3 o'clock?
This is going to hospitalise me.
Somebody else for once. Can I get 2 more of those, please? Yeah, sure. And some change for the payphone. Yeah.
Dave, you all right, mate?
Cad. I mean, you'll never guess who I saw him with the other day. Caroline. I mean, for heaven's sake, she can have him, quite frankly.
What's the probability?
Reasonably low. This is Stephen.
Do you play croquet?
Croquet? Not recently.
Sunday morning.
Actually, busy Sunday mornings.
Oh. Him. Okay.
Anyway, I was really interrupted.
picked up. How many did you get?
Morning, Brian.
Good afternoon, Stephen. How many of the impossible questions did you do?
Brian, I have no idea what you're talking about.
How many of Sharma's questions did you get, Stephen?
None.
You didn't get any?
I was going to do them later.
You haven't even looked at them?
No.
Stephen, are you aware that you've voluntarily embarked upon a PhD in physics at the most prestigious college in England?
Yes.
Oh, I thought maybe you slept through the induction or something.
Brian,
What?
can you whip on some Wagner?
Sort of.
Come in, Stephen.
Sorry.
Michael, that's so illegible I can't quite decipher how wrong it is. I suspect enormously. And Brian, that's just baffling. Have you even bothered, Stephen?
Oh, sorry.
Right. Train timetables. It's totally unacceptable. These expired a month ago.
Oh, it's on the back. I had a little accident.
Ah.
I could only do 9.
Oh. Oh, thank God. Bravo. Come in. Oh, Stephen, take a seat. I wanted to talk to you about your subject. We're all rather concerned as to what it's going to be.
I can't decide.
Do you have any ideas?
No.
So, this is where J.J. Thomson discovered the electron and where Rutherford split the atom. You know, one of the great rewards of this job is one never knows from where the next great leap forward is going to come, or from whom. Listen, next Friday I'm taking a few graduates of merit to London to attend a talk by the mathematician Roger Penrose. Do come along if you're interested. Oh, and close the door as you leave.
So I gather you've never been to church.
Once upon a time.
Tempted to convert?
I have a slight problem with the whole celestial dictator premise. So what are you doing for lunch? Ma makes a cracking roast.
Ah, so Jane, what are you studying?
Arts. Thank you. French and Spanish. I'm hoping to do a PhD eventually.
Oh, what on?
Medieval poetry of the Iberian Peninsula.
Medieval poets. What painters do you like?
Well, I like Turner.
Turner, really? You know, I always feel that his paintings look as if they've been left out in the rain.
And William Blake.
Surely not.
Jane, have some of my elderflower wine.
Yes, thank you.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it, Jane.
Thank you, Mother. Stephen doesn't like my homemade wine. Philistine. I'm going to send you back with a couple of bottles.
So, Stephen, you have come from church with a good woman. Are you feeling holier than thou?
Positively saintly. Thank you.
You haven't said why you don't believe in God.
A physicist can't allow his calculations to be muddled by a belief in a supernatural creator.
Sounds less of an argument against God than against physicists.
Light or dark? Jane, light, meat or dark?
Oh, light, please.
I'm inviting Jane to be my partner to the May ball.
Really?
Oh, I love the
Very
ball.
impressive.
We'll have to dance this year, Stephen.
Make way for Mother's leg. Here we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry. No, I don't. It's a phenomenon I'm very happy to observe, but I can't possibly much participate.
I absolutely agree. I mean, who would want to dance?
No, I'm serious, I don't dance.
No dancing then.
You see how the men's shirt fronts and the bow ties, how they glow more than the women's dresses?
Yes.
Do you know why?
Why?
Tide.
Washing powder.
The fluorescence in the washing powder is caught by the UV light.
Why do you know that?
When stars are born, and when they die, they emit UV radiation. So if we could see the night sky in the ultraviolet light, then almost all the stars would disappear, and all that we would see are these spectacular births and deaths. I reckon it would look a little
Like that.
why.
Why what?
Why Spanish medieval poem?
I suppose. I like to time travel. Like you.
Are there any particular time periods that you like to visit?
Imagine the 20s is fun.
Roaring 20s.
Seek then no learning from starry men who follow with the optic glass the whirling ways of stars that pass.
Bravo. Well, that's astonishing, isn't it?
In the beginning was the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form, and darkness was upon the face of the deep.
Will you dance?
Now departing from platform 3 is the 9:17 service to London King's Cross.
Come on, Stephen. Get a move on. What's wrong with you, man? Top.
The star, more than 3 times the size of our sun, ought to end its life how? With a collapse. The gravitational forces of the entire mass overcoming the electromagnetic forces of individual atoms and so collapsing inwards. If the star is massive enough, it will continue this collapse, creating a black hole, where the warping of space-time is so great that nothing can escape, not even light. It gets smaller, smaller. The star, in fact, gets denser as atoms, even subatomic particles, get literally crushed into smaller and smaller space. And at its end point, what are we left with? A space-time singularity. Space and time come to a stop.
I wonder what would happen if you applied Penrose's theory about black holes to the entire universe. If Einstein is right, if general relativity is correct, then the universe is expanding, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so if you reverse time, then the universe is getting smaller.
All right.
So, what if I reverse the process all the way back to see what happened at the beginning of time itself?
The beginning of time itself.
Yes. So the universe getting smaller and smaller, getting denser and denser, hotter and hotter
You
as we...
mean wind back the clock?
Exactly, wind back the clock.
Wind back the clock.
Is that what you're doing? You're winding back the clock?
That is what I'm doing.
Well, keep winding. And you've got quite a long way to go. Keep winding.
I don't want to fall in.
Well, you've got to go back to the beginning of time. You've got a long way to go. Oh, keep winding. Keep winding. Until you get...
A singularity.
A space-time singularity. So the universe born from a black hole exploding.
Keep going.
What do you mean keep going? What? Before the universe began?
No. Keep going, develop the mathematics.
Very good. Push it as hard as you can. Push it. Push it as hard as you can.
I am pushing as hard as I can. Wait, come on. 1, 2. Why won't it?
Right. 4th finger, 4th peg.
It's a progressive neurological disorder that destroys the cells in the brain that control essential muscle activity, such as speaking, walking, breathing, swallowing. The signals that muscles must receive in order to move are disrupted. The result is gradual muscle decay, wasting away. Eventually, the ability to control voluntary movement is lost entirely. I'm afraid average life expectancy is 2 years. There's nothing I can do for you.
What about the brain?
The brain isn't affected. Your thoughts won't change. It's just that... Well, eventually, no one will know what they are. I'm ever so sorry.
Welcome to this week's episode of The Natural World, where this week we explore the bizarre hibernation patterns of the rare Cambridge physicist, seen here in his remarkable plumage. So how was it? What did they say? How's your wrist?
I have a disease, boy.
Is it venereal, Stephen?
I have motor neuron disease.
Sorry, I don't...
It's Lou Gehrig's disease. He was a baseball player.
Sorry, I'm lagging behind in my pioneering research into obscure motor baseball-related diseases.
I have 2 years to live.
Sorry?
It does sound odd when you say it out loud, doesn't it?
What do you mean? No, you don't. What did they say? Sorry, I don't really,
Will you go, Brian?
Stephen, I was just being a Burke. I'm sorry, I'll be...
You go.
Stephen, phone for you. It's a girl.
I'll see you soon.
Yes.
She's waiting.
Stephen? Something educational.
Harry. John is having an affair with Martha, but Martha is in love with Alan, and I think that Alan's probably homosexual by the look of his jumper, so... Well, I'm just trying to work out the mathematical probability of happiness.
Are you close?
Some integer of 0, but no, not quite there yet.
Stephen?
You just missed him. He was here earlier.
Don't do this.
Go.
Croquet. Play a game with me.
Go.
If you don't get up and play a game with me, I won't come back here again. Ever.
Come on. Leave me now.
Are you going to talk about this or not?
Please, just go.
Is that what you want?
Yes, it is what I want, so please, if you care about me at all, then please just go.
I can't.
I have 2 years to live. I need to work.
I love you.
You've led to that's a false conclusion.
I want us to be together for as long as we've got, and if that's not very long, well, then that's just how it is. It'll have to do.
You don't know what's coming. It'll affect everything.
Your glasses are always dirty. There. That's better, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Vanish the boundary on the box. So we have
time.
Oh, time, that's your subject. Any aspect in particular?
Time.
Come in. Come in. I don't think you realize what lies ahead, Jane. His life is going to be very short. So be careful. The weight of science is against you. And this will not be a fight, Jane. This is going to be a very heavy defeat. For all of us.
I know what you all think, that that I don't look like a terribly strong person. But I love him. And he loves me. We're going to fight this illness together. All of us. Good luck.
I know. It could be a little bit more elegant.
Yes, but
I understand. Just get into it.
Yeah. Come in, Stephen. I know it's something we were all worried about initially. And you, Roger, I know you had some reservations about it.
It's been the other common indeed.
Yes. Absolutely. Very well, very well. Well said. Welcome, Stephen.
Morning.
Would you like to take a seat?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
You're sure?
Yeah.
So, Stephen, in summary, as we know, Chapter 1, full of holes, lacks mathematical support. Professor Thorne?
Chapter 2, not really original. Uses a lot of Roger's ideas.
Well, at least you run with them. Chapter 3, too many unanswered questions?
I agree. And then, of course, we have Chapter 4, this black hole at the beginning of time.
Space-time singularity.
Indeed. It's brilliant. Brilliant, Stephen. Superb. Therefore, all there is to say is well done. Or perhaps I should say, to be more precise, well done, Doctor.
Bravo, Stephen.
An extraordinary theory.
Thank you.
So what next?
Prove it. Prove with a single equation that time had a beginning. Wouldn't that be nice, Professor? A one simple, elegant equation to explain everything.
Yes, sir. It would indeed.
Thank you.
To the esteemed and formidable Dr. Dr. Stephen Hawking.
Dr. Stephen Hawking.
Thank you, Jim.
It is astonishing he's the first person to receive his doctorate, bearing in mind how little work he's been doing. Work was the worst four-letter word for Stephen. At Oxford especially, he averaged an hour a day he averaged. And now here he is, the esteemed man. It's astonishing levels of sloth.
But on the theme of sloth, Brian, how many of your lectures have I covered in the last 6 months when you've been doing research trips up to the Lake District?
Completely.
How many? 4. Nice.
Doing biologists, there are times when you need to sit back. Sometimes when you guys are just a normal here. Thanks very much. Harry's doing well, Reverend Charles doing well.
Well,
Everything all right?
but I am
All good.
convinced that Harry will be
I'm
spoken
fine.
about for the Welsh Rugby Team by 19.
You say that if you had a daughter, then absolutely I would.
No electricity.
What can you do? Would you like a top up?
Oh, please.
Oh my god.
Hey, Robbie. It's okay, Robbie. This is temporary.
Of course.
Well, it's convenient for breakfast. Thank you.
Sorry, did you say something?
I said,
Yes?
thank you. Go again.
I'll be 1 second. Luz? Lucy?
Oh. Jay? had an idea.
Hello, Dennis.
Fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Sorry.
No problem. Allowing us to predict that some particles can in fact escape a black hole. So black holes are not in fact black at all, but glow with heat radiation. The steady emission of heat energy causes the black holes to lose mass, and eventually they disappear in a spectacular explosion.
It's very, very simple. In the way that a body loses heat. Second law of thermodynamics. It's right, it's thermodynamics. We can imagine that a black hole is indeed losing particles, and over time it will diminish in size, it will evaporate, it will
disappear. So, first, a star vanishes into a black hole, and then the black hole itself vanishes.
Go on, nothing. From nothing to nothing.
You owe me another beer.
I have to show you that our friend has proven that time indeed has a beginning. Not only that, how the universe was born, and
how it will end.
Bang! Crunch! It's beautiful, it's races.
Complete nonsense. It's preposterous.
Was it something I said, Professor?
Excuse me. My name is Professor Kalatnikov from the Soviet Academy of Science. As you know, my field is evolution of the hot universe, the properties of the microwave background radiation, and the theory of black holes. To be honest, I came here today expecting to hear a lot of nonsense. I go home disappointed. The little one here has done it. He has done it.
Oh, go. Hawking radiation. The little one has done it. The little one has done it. Hey, come on, genius. Oh, very funny.
You've had enough of that, old man. Come on, Kodja. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my God, how does Jane manage? Stephen, your motor mouth disease, does it affect,
What?
Everything?
What? No. Different system. Automatic.
You serious? Well, that's pretty wonderful, isn't it? Well, it certainly explains a lot about men.
Hurry up. Come on. What is it?
It's a scribe. Right. Keep them closed. Ta-da! Look, Daddy, look! That is an electric wheelchair. If you don't like it, we can take it back.
I don't understand. You've spent years assuming black holes exist, and you believe Cygnus X1 could well turn out to be the first black hole that we can actually observe, and yet you've bet Kip Thorne it's not a black hole.
Yeah.
What did you bet him?
1 year subscription to a magazine.
Which magazine? Nature?
No. Penthouse.
Penthouse?
Yeah.
Get you! Daddy, come on! Let's get Mommy! Mommy! Come in there!
Hello, boss.
What about these steps, Frank?
For nothing, Jane. Stephen. Here we are. Yes, here we go. And once we're up at the top, it's very snug. Hello, Stephen. There we go. Turn you around, Stephen. No, no, I'll be fine. You get the luggage. Here we go. Off we go. Let's go. There we are, you see. Quite easy. And up one. There we go.
Shimmering. The rain coming down, shivering cold. Falling. Ooh.
Very cold.
What is it? I'm having a sorry.
Okay, go to bed.
Oh.
Is it out?
Some water?
No, don't worry. Okay. That's it. There we go. It's okay. It's okay. He needs to see a specialist. It keeps happening over and over again. Ridiculous.
No doctors. No doctors.
All right, no doctors. Little water.
Stephen. I need help. If only for Robert. He's missing out on his childhood. I keep looking for a way to make this work, but I can't find it on my own.
Everything is fine. We're just a normal family.
We're not a normal family. We're not a normal family.
Robert, your mother is very angry with me.
Thanks. Jane? Jane, stop!
Sit. Now, I'd like to make a suggestion. Might sound a bit unusual, but I have seen it work wonders. I think that you should consider joining the church choir.
Mum, I think that's possibly the most English thing anyone has ever said.
Maybe so.
I used to love singing.
You're very good at it.
I don't know about that.
Just go.
It's 1 hour a week.
Really lovely, everyone. Okay, see you next week.
Hello.
Hello.
Have you come to sing?
I just came to,
Soprano?
mezzo.
Ah, lovely, just what we need. Where have you been hiding?
Good question.
Well, you're here now and just in time, as they say. You know, I have to come back anyway. So.
Good.
You have everything.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Thank you for coming. You will be a valuable asset.
Thank you. Well, I should be going.
And if your son wants those piano lessons, just...
Yes, absolutely. I will do.
Great.
And my husband adores music too.
Oh, well, does he play?
Um,
I could teach him as well.
That's a long story. But
Oh, okay.
well, thank you, Jonathan.
My pleasure, Jane. See you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Third finger? No, that one there. Try lifting the wrist a little bit. Keep your elbows back. Okay, try again. Good.
Wine?
Why not? Thank you.
Stephen?
No.
Stephen, Jane was telling me that you have a beautiful theorem that proves that the universe had a beginning. Is that it?
That was my PhD thesis. My new project disproves it.
Disproves it?
Yeah.
Oh. So then you no longer believe in the creation?
What one believes is irrelevant in physics.
Irrelevant in physics.
Oh. I see.
Stephen's done a U-turn. The big new idea is that the universe has no boundaries at all. No boundaries, no beginning.
No God. Oh. Oh, I see. I thought that you'd proved the universe had a beginning and thus a need for a creator. My mistake.
No, mine.
Stephen is looking for a single theory that explains all the forces in the universe. Therefore, God must die.
Why must God die? I don't see.
The two great pillars of physics are quantum theory, the laws that govern the very small particles, electrons, and so on, and general relativity.
Yes, Einstein.
Einstein's theory, the laws that govern the very large planets and such. But quantum and relativity,
Don't tell me. They're different?
they don't remotely play by the same rules. If the world were all potatoes, then easy. You could trace a precise beginning, as Stephen once did. A moment of creation. Hallelujah, God lives. If you incorporate peas into the menu, well, then it all goes a little...
Tits up.
Yes, haywire. Just all becomes a godless mess.
Oh dear.
Einstein hated peas. Quantum theory, he said, God doesn't play dice with the universe.
Seems he not only plays life, but he throws them where we can't find them.
God is back on the endangered species list.
Well, I expect he'll cope.
And physics is back in business.
Yes. Physics is back in business.
I was married, actually. But sadly she passed. Almost a year ago now. It was leukemia. She fought it and I nursed her, but in the end, I do get quite lonely. The tyranny of the empty room and all that. But music is my salvation, teaching and playing. Not really as a career, but I'm not very ambitious, so it's not. Is that a sin? I don't know.
Wrong man to ask.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you for coming.
It was really, really wonderful. If there's anything I can do to be of service, to you, to the family, I mean, I would consider it a privilege. I have no children or commitments, so. I only mean that if I could be of help, I believe I might find a purpose that would help alleviate my own situation. Good night.
Night.
I understand if you need help. If someone is prepared to offer it, I want to reject.
Cause you on and cause you on to gain his everlasting hope. Christ was born to save. Christ was born to save.
Great, lovely. Okay, we can go. Just gone 7:45. And could you all leave your copies?
something I need to tell you.
What?
I'm pregnant.
Gosh, I assume that you and Stephen, well, that's really wonderful.
It is.
Yes, wonderful. Congratulations, Jane.
Thank you.
Everyone say cheese, ready? Count 3. 1, 2, 3. Cheese!
Just coming. Oh, come on,
Now, you know, I've always been supportive of your choice not to have home help, but we need to find a permanent solution. This situation cannot continue. You need to have a proper live-in nurse immediately.
We have help.
Look, you know what I'm talking about.
We can't afford a living nurse.
Stephen, you need to find a way for your family's sake. You're world famous.
For Black Hole, not for rock concert.
Stephen, this isn't funny. I believe it's urgent.
We do have a right to know. We have a right to know, Jane.
Know what?
Whose child Timothy is. Stephen's or Johnson's.
That's what you think of me. There's no way that Timothy could have any other father than Stephen. None. Jonathan, please don't go.
Everyone is talking.
So what does it matter?
It's difficult for me because I'm just trying to help.
I know you're trying to
I
help,
think
and your
for me,
help is valued.
The best thing for me right now is, I think maybe if I just step back for now.
Please, Jonathan.
I think really that
we
would be
need
the
you.
best.
The children need you, and I need you, and Stephen needs you. Jonathan.
But there's other things as well. Jane, I have feelings for you.
And I have feelings for you, too.
Thank you, Jane.
I've been invited to Bordeaux Opera.
Invited where?
Bordeaux.
To Bordeaux. Wagner.
Students can take me. I know you hate flying.
I do hate to fly.
Bring the car. Meet me in Bordeaux. Take the children camping.
It'd be too difficult to manage, Stephen.
Bring Jonathan.
I doubt he would be willing.
Hello, Stephen.
Is this okay?
Well, I won't tell if you won't. And just bearing in mind you have to drive.
Jane needs help.
Sarah, you won't forget a vitamin B injection as soon as you land, will you?
Of course.
And you'll call me when you get to the hotel?
I will.
Yes, promise?
Yes.
Good. Stephen? Mum will take the baby. Should be here any minute.
See you in morning.
Be good.
Leslie.
Right, children. Sleeping bags.
He's in a coma.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Il a une pneumonie. Il est maintenu en vie artificiellement. Je ne sais pas combien de temps il pourra tenir. J'ai besoin de savoir si mon équipe peut débrancher le respirateur.
What are you talking about?
This way would be a painless end. If we try to bring him round from the anesthetic, it's not sure he will survive resuscitation.
You have to bring him round from the anesthetic.
Are you sure it's what you want? The only way of weaning him off the ventilator will be to give him a tracheotomy. A hole in the neck, bypassing the throat. He will never speak again.
There's no question. Stephen must live. I will see he gets everything he needs. I will have him transferred back to Cambridge.
He may not survive the journey.
Yes, he will.
Oh no. Step back.
Did you get everything in the car? His chair and his equipment and everything?
Stephen? This is a spelling board. Firstly, you tell me what letter you want by blinking when I say the colour of the group that contains the letter. Once I know the group, you can choose the character inside that group by blinking again when I say the colour of each letter within that group. Apparently. Let's just try. Green. Blue. Pink. Black. Red. Blink to choose the colour of the group of the letter you want, Stephen. Green. Blue. Pink. Black. Red. just wait here?
Great.
She's here. She comes highly recommended. Promise not to eat her alive. Okay? Here we are. Elaine? Stephen? Stephen Elaine.
Lovely to meet you, Professor.
Now, you should have everything you need. But if there's anything else, I'll be just next door.
Great. Well, I think we'll get straight to work. Thank you, Jane. Oh, if you'll close the doors.
Of course.
Get started then. Okay. Red. Yellow. T. Green. Black. E. Green. Green. A. G. You want a cup of tea? Okay. Any preference? You've memorized the board. I know you have. I haven't got all day. Green, green. Green, yellow, yellow. B. Green, blue, pink, black, red. Red. Green, yellow, blue, blue. U. So be you. Ha. Builder's tea, right?
So, how did you get on?
You know, I think he's the most brilliant man I've ever met. We're very lucky.
Thank you.
You must worship the ground beneath
His wheels.
And he's the perfect patient. It's so funny when you read about him. People.
Let's see how you get on, shall we, Elaine?
So that's tightened up. As you can see, it's height adjustable, and we can change the angle to whatever Steve wants it at. You know, it's cutting edge.
So, how does it work?
It uses a very simple interface that scans through the alphabet and selects each letter one at a time. I mean, using this technique, the professor can expect to write about 4 words per minute.
Good. Better than 1 a minute.
Yes, and what I've done is taken the components from a telephone answering system, actually, to convert the written text into synthesized speech. I mean, the voice sounds a little bit robotic, but should we give it a try?
Great.
Here's the clicker.
Right hand.
There you go. Welcome to the future.
My name is Stephen Hawking.
It's American.
Is that a problem?
Oh my goodness, well, is there another voice?
That's the only one they have at the moment.
I think it's great.
Daisy, give me your answer too. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Exterminate. 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 I will write a book.
About what? Time.
Time. What is the nature of time? Will it ever come to an end? Can we go back in time? Someday these answers may seem as obvious to us as the Earth orbiting the Sun. Or perhaps as ridiculous as the Tower of Tortoises. Only time, whatever that may be, will tell.
Professor?
It is for a friend.
Of course it is. That's what they all say. You don't have to be embarrassed in front of me, Professor. I know what men are like. Shall we take a look? There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Next one. What?
So I said, I have long been looking for a model of the universe. I finally found her.
I bet you did.
Stephen, I need to steal you. The contract's arrived.
Could you just give us a minute, please, Jane? There we go. Like new.
Who are we? Why are we here? If we ever learn this, it would be the ultimate triumph of human reason, for then we would know the mind of God. Do you mean this?
Yes. Of course.
So you're acknowledging him?
However,
However what? Are you actually going to let me have this moment?
you are welcome. I have asked Elaine to travel with me to America. She will look after me.
Will she?
Yes.
You always used to tell me when an invitation came in.
Another award. What can you do? I am sorry. How many years?
They said 2. You've had so many.
Everything will be okay.
I have loved you. I did my best. That's the end.
I first met the professor in 1963. Well, there you are. Time. Where does it go? It has been one of the great joys of my life to watch this man defy every expectation, both scientific and personal. Please welcome onto the stage my esteemed colleague,
my dear friend, Professor Hawking.
Please have the first pre-selected question. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Now you are recognized everywhere. How do you deal with all the attention?
I was stopped recently by a tourist in Cambridge who asked if I was a real Stephen Hawking. I replied I was not, and said a real one was much better looking.
In 1979, you talked about the possibility of a theory of everything being discovered before the end of the century.
I now predict that I was wrong.
Professor Hawking, you have said you do not believe in God. Do you have a philosophy of life that helps you? You have said you do not believe in God. Do you have a philosophy of life that helps you?
It is clear that we are just an advanced breed of primates on a minor planet, orbiting around a very average star in the outer suburb of one among 100 billion galaxies. But ever since the dawn of civilization, people have craved for an understanding of the underlying order of the world. There ought to be something very special about the boundary conditions of the universe. And what can be more special than that there is no boundary? And there should be no boundary to human endeavor. We are all different. However bad life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. While there is life, there is hope.
My companion of honor. Not bad for an old liberal socialist. Don't worry, you can decline the knighthood. Thank you for today. It was extraordinary. It's all been rather extraordinary, though, hasn't it? What are you writing?
Look what we made.